The man behind me is a dummy. And there was a time when I was a young, patriotic dummy. Many years have passed, and I still hold some of the views from when I was younger. I don't want to sit here and lie to you about that. But when I was young, I saw what was happening to my neighborhood. People were moving in. People were doing stuff they had no business doing and making my neighborhood a dangerous place. Right? I didn't like what was happening. And what was happening made me angry, and it made me afraid. I didn't like what was happening. Right? And so I was already interested in paramilitary type stuff. I was raised a lot in that way by my stepfather. And I decided I wanted to join a militia, and I joined Republic of Florida Militia. A lot of people think I founded Republic of Florida Militia, but I just made it big. When I joined, I increased the public profile of that organization. I was not the founder. That's actually a myth. But I was actually, I was recruited by Nicholas Jordan at that time. He was the leader of the organization during that period of time. And I'm no longer a member of Republic of Florida Militia. I went to prison, and a lot has happened since that time. And a lot of times people bring up when I was a member of Republic of Florida Militia. And I will say this. I did that because I saw what was happening in the community. Drugs were coming in. People weren't safe outside at night. And the place where I grew up was becoming less safe. Burglaries were happening. People couldn't even leave their car doors unlocked anymore. I saw drugs, nihilism, violence, increased police presence, which to me seemed like an assault on our freedom for things that wasn't even our fault, right? I saw all these things happening, and it made me angry. It made me very, very angry, right? And I said and did things when I was 18, 19, 20 that were shocking. It's okay to be proud of your heritage. It's okay to be proud of who you are. It's okay to practice your religion. It's okay to worship Odin. I am an Odinist. I worship Odin. I worship the gods of my ancestors. I'm proud of my heritage. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I stand for. But recently, some of the things that have been going on in the name of a lot of the things that I fought for when I was younger are unjustifiable. Acts of terrorism, acts of industrial sabotage, murder, satanic cults. This is not what I signed up for. It's not something I want to be involved in. And this is the way things have been going. And this is total insanity. And I want to say right here, right now, I repudiate any acts of terrorism that have been committed in the name of people that claim to be like me. The slaying of innocent people, the killing of unarmed civilians by any group for any cause or ideology is unacceptable and immoral. The reason I'm making this announcement is because I have friends that are black. I have friends that are Hispanic. I have friends that are Jewish. And I could not, with a clear conscience, live with myself if them or one of their family members died because some misguided young white guy thinks that I'm going to be like Jordan Jareb and gets a gun and does something stupid and violent and ruins his own life and ruins the life of innocent people for no fucking reason. I don't want any part of that. And if people say that I'm selling out because I'm saying this, I don't care. Hit the road. Unsubscribe from my channel if that's how you feel. Because I feel like you have the right to be proud of who you are, no matter what race you are. I feel like you have the right to be proud of your heritage. But I will not endorse or condone in any way the slaughtering of innocent people. This is never acceptable. No matter what group does this, the killing of innocents is completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated and must not be tolerated. I will not endorse or support any organization or group of people that promotes mindless racial hatred, terrorism, and violence. And while it's obvious that globalism has failed to provide a solution to these problems, mindless racial hatred, terrorism, violence, and satanic cults is not the answer to these conflicts, and it's not the answer to the global problems which we face. We can support our culture and our heritage in a dignified way without terrorism and violence. And we can have a peaceful dialogue with black people, with Jewish people, Hispanics, Asians, everybody. There's no reason for this mindless hatred, terrorism, and violence. If you want to kill innocent people of another race, I suggest you go meet people from that race. And you'll realize that every group of people is just people, and they just want to survive, and they just want to go to the fucking grocery store without having bullets flying toward them. And that's white people, black people, Hispanics, Asians. I want to go to the grocery store and get a pizza without bullets flying at me. This is why I joined Republican Florida in late 2013. This is why I did this. Because I wanted to live in a world where I felt safe going to Walmart. And now, other people don't live in that same world. The longer you look into the abyss starts to look back into you. Here I am, having joined Republic of Florida militia, because I wanted to go shop in Walmart in peace without gangs of thugs attacking us. And now, people claiming to believe in this same ideology are shooting up grocery stores. We've become the very monsters we claim to hate. It's just the truth. And at some point we have to look in the mirror and we have to say that we have a problem with terrorism. We have a problem with incels that can't get girlfriends. I've provided a solution for that. I can get you guys girlfriends through writing female inmates. I've given you solutions to this problem. We have a serious issue in our community with fatherlessness, with lack of accountability, and with promotion of terrorism and gassing people up, amping people up to go commit heinous atrocities while we sit on our fat asses typing it out on the fucking keyboard. Oh, that's based. But you're not going to pick up a gun and ruin your fucking life, so don't gas somebody else up to do it. How can you claim to support your people when you're going to gas somebody up to do something terrible so they can sit in prison for a life sentence and ruin a bunch of innocent people's lives? You think that's going to make women want to sleep with us? A black friend of mine, he's one of my best friends. His name's Christopher Pinckney. And I could not, with a clear conscience, I could never live with myself if one of you guys went and shot Christopher Pinckney. When you randomly see him walking down the street, you shoot him thinking that it would make me happy. Let me be the first to tell you, it wouldn't make me happy. I have lived through a so-called race war. I've seen a so-called race war in prison. I've tasted just a little bit, just a little fucking bit of the fraction of the violence that your everyday white nationalists are calling for. I have experienced just a little tiny bit of the violence and the chaos of the race war you people keep calling for. It fucking sucks! There's nothing fun about it. People dying, people bleeding to death. It's not funny. And so I'm tired of people thinking that I'm going to be like Jordan Jereb. You don't want to be like Jordan Jereb. Okay? You don't want to be like Jordan Jereb. Not the old Jordan Jereb. Because I got involved with this stuff because I felt like I was being terrorized. I felt like my community was being terrorized. That's why I got involved with Republic of Florida Militia. Because I wanted to protect people. And now, everywhere I go, my own people are talking about crazy shit like starting a fucking race war, man. They don't know what they're talking about. They haven't lived through it. These young white guys are mad, they're frustrated, and there's problems that globalism has caused, yes, but there's peaceful solutions to these things. And there's a group of people, many of them that openly worship Satan, that want chaos and destruction and civilization's collapse. The people that spend all day on the internet want civilization's collapse. Think about what you're doing. These people, they want to destroy. They want to destroy. And when's the last time they've built something? And so, yeah, I'm reflecting on my own people, what my own people have been doing. Because we're so quick to criticize other people. But the amount of self-reflection that we've had recently, very little. Very little. So, both on the internet and in public, in the real world, and on the internet, people kind of approach me like, Jordan Jereb, you're that dude. We're going to start a race war. And I've been silent. I've been silent long enough. I can't stand it anymore. I'm tired of that talk. Because it's just talk. You guys are just talking. I don't want that. You don't want that. Nobody wants that. It's not good for anybody. It's not good for anybody. And if you've read Animal Farm by George Orwell, and if you've studied political science and philosophy and anthropology, and just open a history book, you'll realize if you overthrow the government, there's no guarantee that you're going to magically put another government in that's better and have a fucking utopia. Read your history and you'll realize that this is not going to end well. You have become the very monster. You have become the very monster you wanted to destroy. And some people are not going to like that I'm saying that. Some people might even want to hurt me for saying that. Bring it on. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to be a part of that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to worship Odin anymore. That doesn't mean that I'm not proud of my heritage. That doesn't mean that I don't want my kids to look like me. It doesn't mean any of that. What it means is I don't want to be part of a destructive death cult that wants to destroy the world because you can't get laid, can't get a girlfriend. I don't want to be part of that shit. That shit's lame. That's what I'm saying. Write some female inmates and get a fucking girlfriend. I got some videos on how to do it. Nicole gets out in July. Okay? Get some woman in your life. And you don't got to let them walk all over you either. Nicole does what I say. Okay? I'm just saying this shit is no good. I'm trying to get you guys to pump the brakes before you go off a fucking cliff. Because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know the realities of what you're talking about. You don't know. I've lived it. Prison. Death. You don't know. You haven't lived it. It's all right to be who you are. It's okay to be proud of who you are. Just be respectful about it. Advocate for it in a normal way. I needed to get this off my chest because I don't want lives to get ruined because people thought they were doing something that I would support. So I want to make it very clear. Terrorism, violence, racial hatred, I'm against all those things. And I always was against all those things. And to be honest with you, and I know this is hard to believe, that's why I joined Republic of Florida Militia. Because I felt like my people were under attack. That's how I really felt. I felt like my neighborhood was under attack. I felt like my way of life was under attack. I felt like everybody hated me. I felt like people wanted to kill us. I felt like people didn't respect us and were breaking into our houses and breaking into our cars. That's how I felt. That's why I joined Republic of Florida Militia to begin with. Not so I could do a bunch of terrorist attacks and be part of a satanic death cult. And I understand the appeal. I know you're frustrated. Okay, I get it. But this shit, this fucking road you guys are going down right now, this is a path of death and destruction in prison. Y'all better stop this shit. And I hope that by me posting this video, I'm saving somebody's fucking life. Y'all better stop this shit. Jordan Jareb, signing off.